Hello, everybody, and welcome back to I Love You, Colonel Sanders, finger-licking good dating simulator. I'm TheOutbackAl.
I'm Hot for Justice.
I'm Yin&Jung.
And I'm Chibi Noob.
And we're here at the Colonel's humble abode. What's happening?
Is that supposed to be Colonel Sanders as a baby?
That's baby Colonel Sanders. And that's him on a camel, and that's him with someone else in front of Kentucky.
Yeah.
That might be his business partner.
That he shot.
No, that was shot. He shot his rifle. Get your
Oh god, there's an
history
urn there too.
straight.
Oh my.
Well, let's get into this. We're in the home of Colonel Sanders. It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, and never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure if I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy. Both, perhaps. Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him or keep it a secret just for you? I mean, we're slowly building the menu,
Yeah.
right? So this is like coleslaw or something, I'm betting.
Reveal it?
Might as well.
He told us this secret, so.
Yeah. You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw.
It's coleslaw.
The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' Lux Hideout, eh? Magnificent. Together, you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains on the bowl. You mind if I hold on to that last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think about this moment. And think back on this moment.
Okay.
You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. We're getting laid. You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping.
Okay.
Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel.
Okay. Alright.
I don't even see what's going on over here.
I'm not sure.
It's a picture.
It's supposed to be where he keeps the secret recipe.
Oh, it's a safe.
You think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you.
11.
As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, the safe opens. Beside it, you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style?
Oh.
Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. You take a closer look at a large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but when you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lies the ashes of all my past careers and business failures.
Oh.
Here lies Squidward's hopes and dreams." Poor guy. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Oh my god. An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor. From the goatee and mustache combo he sports, you figure that this must be Colonel Sanders himself.
Ooh.
That, or maybe it's the drumstick that he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of a company they founded, am I right? Tap on an item.
Oh, the door just opened.
Oh, I think that's our exit strategy.
That's the fridge.
Let's check out some more of these, more things. So many things to find out. The photo appears to be the Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt? Maybe this is where he discovers one of his secret herbs and spices.
I'm concerned.
Doo-doo-doo. One of the frame
He's
photos...
another old man.
This is the future! We're in the future! One of the frame photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cheering them. Cheersing them. No, they're not.
No, they're not.
You look closely and see that there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. What else is there?
Shut.
Scented
Scented
candle.
candle.
Is it a chicken scented candle? A scented candle. You pick it up and try to identify the smell. Power tool? Freshly starched collar? Piece of wood floating in a lake? Summer of '69? No, it's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's... fuck. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of this comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein isn't just silvery in color, it's actually made of spun silver!
What?
Tap on another item.
Wait, what?
You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on a corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic, it's real. Taxidermy must be important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." Tap on an item.
Window?
To the window, to the wall, to the sweat drip down my butt.
Okay.
All these heathens come. You gaze out the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. Just then the ghost of a student pops up.
Are you thinking of heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death?
Not really. Wait, what? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you? And you killed yourself.
I could just tell you my name right now. It's...
Can't you see I'm in the middle of something?
No.
You open the window, a crack, and the ghost of student is swept out with a breeze. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its rack and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in its scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they mean?
No.
Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he has been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say, it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket! You forgot to take it off. You decide that now is your moment and make a big move. You tell him you're cold. You fess up and tell the truth.
Oh, no.
Oh god, I don't know.
Oh.
I need gummy worms for this. I still feel like our big move should come at the end.
Yeah. Should we tell him we're cold?
I was cold. I need a space heater. You look pretty good.
Yeah. Should we fess up and tell the truth? What's the truth? That we're just being creepy?
We're creeping on your shit.
What should we do?
I don't know.
I mean, what sounds like the most, innocuous thing?
What would the Colonel appreciate the most?
I don't think we should make our move because he strikes me like the kind of person who wants to take a real slow.
Yeah.
I agree. I kind of think the truth is probably the best option with this guy,
Okay.
but,
You can...
you confess. I think I've developed feelings for you.
Oh, jeez.
I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams.
Oh.
Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel. Yes, my dude? I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into slumber. Dream sequence! Snow!
Fried chicken.
You awake to a beautiful morning. The fire's still going. You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. Fuck!
It's the last day of the semester.
In some jurisdictions, fuck isn't even legal. But if the recipe is a secret, how will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Chicken and waffles? Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up.
Chicken and
It's
biscuits.
meticulous. You missed the chicken and biscuits. And the coleslaw. You taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. I think the Colonel's gonna propose. So, would you say that we're the perfect match?
Oh.
How presumptuous. Ma cuisine, your taste buds, that is.
Oh.
Such confidence, such grace, could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery?
Flatter him.
Take him down a peg, flatter him.
It's flattered.
Why not? Yeah. You know, I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eyes as he gazes out the windows. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly.
I hope we don't die.
Overcome with yeah, we're gonna get shot. But he'll avenge us. Overcome with emotions and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears, unable to speak. The only answer you can find is to run out of the door and get home.
Oh.
There's still one more day of school, after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one.
Nope.
You got home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you.
Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something had happened to you.
It's okay, I was just...
But now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get up to speed on the saga of Miriam.
Sure, but...
You will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date.
I think I can't believe that.
Since I partnered up with Pop, he asked me to go out with him.
We should have done the robot.
Of course I told him, you better harness those wild horses, young man. I'm not that kind of girl. What?
You better harness those horses, young man. I'm not that kind of girl.
Wow. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me, so I said, yeah, sure. I can get to know the little guy. Long story short, he took me to his favorite shush house, but things quickly spiraled out of control.
What is a shush house?
I thought it was Sush House.
Oh no, man.
Did she just say shush house? As if that's a thing people just say? What is that even referring to?
Right.
And now I'm not really sure where we stand.
You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however. Bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him.
You what?
Nothing happened, but the emotional connection. Wowzers. Miriam tells you to move on from this whole Colonel Sanders obsession and focus on school. If being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, you don't want to be right. After a short argument, you both agree to go your separate ways.
Oh, wait. She is the rival.
What?
Huh?
She seems angry.
No, this is the rival. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Because you know, he's Pop.
What's a swirly? It sounds delicious.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's great. I'll order you one I'll order you up one right away.
I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Heh. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat.
What?
Don't give the dog
Oh.
a swirly.
You can get your swirly dipped too.
Ew.
Why don't you pick on someone your own size?
Because I'm literally the biggest person at the school.
Okay, that's fair. You have an excuse. What about you?
There's that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school. But who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature?
She gonna get kicked? Because I'm down for that.
You've got some nerve, my dude, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse.
Now you're twisting my words and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain.
Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up.
I'll never give up. Ever! Colonel Sanders rises just as it appears things are close to a boiling point. Or close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Yeah, go for it. You got it. We killed the fly.
Kill the gnat.
Is everyone excited for the final day of school? My dude, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon.
Squig.
Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard.
Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive.
What is he doing complimenting her?
But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce?
His face. It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's not a lot of words to say, it was bland. Excuse me, my dude. I am more than capable enough to speak for myself.
Ooh. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel.
I'm always interested in discussing the fine arts of fine food. See you inside, my dude. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spell book you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages.
Whoa! That's that book? It looks like bad news.
It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff.
A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful?
I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open to a page covered with arcane writings. Cast only in case of extreme emergencies, it says around the edges of the page.
Oh boy.
I could use a spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam.
That is way drastic. Couldn't you do something else? Like anything else? Not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger?
Okay, fine, it is drastic. But desperate times call for desperate measures.
Uh-oh.
You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you and a pretty good excuse to try it out. No!
No.
You don't use dark magic to get yourself ahead? You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. If we fail, we will fail with honor. Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. He must be hungry. Reach for some old homework to give him as a snack. Dogs can be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles. Wait to see what happens. I feel like we should wait to see what happens.
Yeah.
Sprinkles stops in his tracks. He focuses in on the window. The room is deadly silent. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on the cherry tree outside.
Squirrel!
Sprinkles turns feral and runs to the window in the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside. Terrence! I told you never to come back here, Terrence! I will destroy you, Terrence! Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying off of his face. The squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrence? You better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again. After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt by not only Terrence, but any other squirrel in hearing distance, he returns to his professorial tone. I apologize for that outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, my dude, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see. But before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class.
Uh-oh.
Sprinkles is interrupted by a sound whimpering coming from the back of the room.
How's that choice?
Oh. I told you to save it for after class.
But I miss you.
We went on one date, Pop. And how can you miss me when I'm right here?
Pop's voice quivers as he pleads his case to Miriam.
Every time I blink, you go away again.
This is a bit of a Vincent adult man situation, isn't it?
I don't think he's a kid.
He's a child. That's a really cute thing to say. Miriam, what happened between you and Pop?
I got her in trouble and now she's mad at me.
Oh? I didn't just get in trouble. I got yelled at by Pop's mother, who blamed me for getting him banned from every museum we set foot in.
Oh, so that's what you meant by shush house.
Pop, we went on one date. We're over.
And it meant so much to me that I made this for you.
Too hurt to go on arguing, Pop leaves his, creation behind and runs out of the room.
What's that supposed to be?
Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate. And it's unfortunate that we'll have to leave you right now. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey, thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell icon for notifications. If you enjoyed this video, give us a like, and feel free to check out some of our other gaming videos, our weekly podcast, Anime Yay or Nay, or our parody series, Madoka Magically Abridged. See you next time!